Introducing first, fighting out of our blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter with a record of 0-1. Standing 5'8", weighing 171 pounds. Fighting for Team Dark Knight, and he's sponsored by Creative for Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, from Kokomo, Indiana, here he comes, Ron Cole. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a freestyle fighter with a record of 1-0. Standing 5'10", weighing 164 pounds. Fighting for Team Integrated Fighting, and he's sponsored by Street Made. Ladies and gentlemen, from Indianapolis, Indiana, here he is, Tony Bones McGinley.
And here we are at LFC 54, up-and-comers. Myself, Matt Gunning, here with Shane from Cage Craze. First bout of the night, Anthony McGinley versus Roderick Cole. McGinley in the red corner, Cole in the blue corner. This is a 170-pound novice bout between these two Amis here. Again, this is an all-Ami show, so showcasing the Ami talent tonight. Shane, what do we got here?
Looks like Roderick Cole's got McGinley there in a guillotine, which McGinley did the right thing, taking side mount. He's got an opportunity for a submission right here if he does it right. He's not really holding himself like he's going for. He went for the forearm choke, and he pops his head out.
McGinley on top there, sporting the street-made trunks, kind of a staple of the guys there from Integrated Fighting Academy. On top of Roderick Cole. Roderick Cole of LFC 53 fame, not making weight. This time coming in a little overweight, but putting in work at weigh-ins and making the weight. So we're happy to see that from Roderick this time and glad to have him in the cage. McGinley won his first amateur novice fight and looking for a second win here. And Cole's looking to stop that.
Roderick's definitely, kind of holding on for everything he's got right here. He's taking a few body shots by McGinley. McGinley needs to pop that leg out. Cole's got him kind of locked in halfway decent, but he can still get it out, which he's trying to do right now. He needs to walk that foot up.
Maybe put some pressure. Looks like maybe put some pressure on that knee and try to pop his leg out of there.
Yeah, he's got the opportunity to do a few things. I think right now, if I was in McGinley's corner, I'd be telling him to use that forearm, try to that right there, and that's exactly what happens. Now he's going to start breaking free. Ran him down a couple punches.
These guys going at it right about the mark in the cage where the National Guard, Indiana National Guard sticker is. I want to thank them once again for being on board for this show. Indiana National Guard and Sergeant Major David Fulkerson in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, big change here. McGinley's got full mount. He's stretching out Cole. What he's going to do at this point, is up to him. This is a novice bout, so he cannot punch to the head of his opponent. He can utilize the body, which there he goes right there. He's got a couple opportunities for a couple submissions here. Roderick's holding those arms up there like that, which McGinley sees that, and he started to go for it. Cole recognized. He's still in full mount, looking to just continue to drop some punches.
Justin Hahn in there as a referee, observing the action, and looks like McGinley is keeping control there. Roderick Cole's probably getting a little frustrated at this point, and looks like that's going to end round one.
I'd give that one to McGinley.
Yeah, McGinley definitely controlled that round. Was on top, obviously, the majority of the time. Looks pretty good. We'll see if we have more of the same in round two. I think Han, I think there was warning him about his shots. He was trying to hit him in the chest and things like that, to be careful not to hit him in the chin.
Yeah, simple sit-up or move on the opponent's part, and you could definitely be penalized for that.
Looks like that was Nick Hyde there in Anthony McGinley's corner, giving him some advice there. Nick, one of the coaches over at Integrated Fighting Academy.
I didn't see who that was in Cole's corner.
That guy looks familiar. I believe he's from Kokomo as well.
Okay.
I don't know. He looks familiar. I think he fought for us once before and didn't make weight. That's probably why he looks familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was slated to fight Jeremy Ballman in a title fight, and I can't remember the guy's name. Sometimes when people don't make weight, I tend to forget their name.
See, I think it's the opposite because you tend to go off on a rant when that happens.
Nice punch there by Roderick, and McGinley's got McGinley backing up.
Yeah, McGinley looking for that shot. He comes from a wrestling background. Looks like he pulled out of that one to come up and throw a couple punches. Didn't look like he landed anything. Looking for that shot again. Cole stuffs it.
Kind of a wild scramble there.
Yeah, I think McGinley got a knee off before it actually going to the ground. He's got it side control.
Yeah, he definitely came out the better on that. Looks like he's going maybe for
an arm triangle, but he doesn't have the room for it. Cole doing exactly what he needs to do to defend it.
He looks awfully uncomfortable there, though.
Yeah, he is bunched up against that cage.
Yeah, that might be a face submission there. He's not tapping, but if you look at his expression, it says, "I quit." But it doesn't look like he's panicking. McGinley trying to sink it in there, delivering some knees to the side there.
Yeah, McGinley's probably better set to throw that right knee in the ribs, but looks like Cole got up. How far, we'll see, but he is up on the seat. Still up against the cage, and again, if he could punch, if McGinley could punch to the head, then this would be a bad position for Cole. But since he can't, he can only do below body damage, and you're not going to do too much right there in that position.
Looks like he's going to maybe try to pop up there and do some more ground and pound to the chest, maybe. I talked to McGinley before his fight, and he said this might be his last fight at 170. He's contemplating popping down to 155 for his next fight. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, if he says he can do it, then I have faith in him that he can. And he comes from a wrestling background, and those guys cut weight. They know what they can do. They know what they can't. And so we'll look forward to seeing McGinley at 55. Looks like Cole going for a triangle right there, which pretty quick on the legs. It's pretty impressive. Again, he shut it down pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I hope McGinley can make 55. He's a big guy, a lot bigger in person than you would expect. I think he would be a force at 55 for sure. He'd be a bigger 55-pounder. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
Yeah, I think that Integrated has a few 55ers in there that are up-and-comers. Perfect entitlement for this event here, and so he's definitely got people in there to push him and whatnot. So the only thing that they're going to do is get better. Not a whole lot of action going on here, This is one of the problems that the crowd doesn't understand is, being a novice fight, and we are kind of looking at this. Real kind of inactivity a little bit, but understanding the sport, we understand that they cannot punch to the face of a grounded opponent, so therefore you are limited in what you can do.
Right. I remember when these new rules came out, and there was a big debate over the rules. And if I remember right, at first it started out where they were contemplating headgear, they were contemplating shin guards, and they got rid of those type of things pretty quickly. But I don't think that I remember any part of the debate talking about how this would affect the fans. I think that the fighters were concerned with what they were not going to be able to do, and how it was going to impact the sport and everything. But it's one thing to implement new rules and explain to the fighters and the coaches and the gyms, this is to acclimate guys, get them in there, get them started, get them some time in the cage where they can actually spend time in there versus, ending things quickly to see if they really want to do this or not. But it's a much different animal to then turn around and explain that and educate the crowd. So I think you have to try to just do your best in explaining to them, the rules and what's going on, because there's no handbooks on the tables.
I agree. McGinley going for a headhunt right here, which pretty impressive with his hands right there. He landed a couple on Cole, and now they're tied up against the cage. I'd probably look for McGinley to try to get the takedown, which he did and was denied, but it ended up working in his favor. Cole on his back once again, McGinley in full mount. I'd actually like to see McGinley get up. I really would. I'd like to see him kind of, stand and bang a little bit more. He is getting the win right here, in my opinion. So, but with those hands right there, he just gave us a sample, and I'd actually like to see a little bit more of that.
If you look just above McGinley's head there, you'll notice the shadow graphic sticker on the cage. We want to thank them for being part of our sponsors as well and helping us with the National Guard sticker and all the stickers that we have on the cage floor. Looks like McGinley is going to be content to stay on top here. It doesn't look like he's popping up. It would make sense for him to to get up to, showcase a little bit more of his talent or get some more work in, but he's swinging like crazy right now.
Yeah, he's definitely going to work on the body there. That's just it. He's really not doing damage. Not that that's what we want to see, but to secure the fight, you have to do damage. Where you can.
Right.
And he's getting his shots in every now and then, but he's definitely winning the fight. I'd like to see, like I said, I'd like to see him do a little more stand-up though. Cole right there again, impressive with those hips and going for that triangle once again. He doesn't have it locked in. He's not really doing anything. McGinley is not in trouble here.
I wonder if when these novice guys turn advanced, if it's, in their best interest why they are novice to do more stand-up. I mean, they're going to be throwing more punches, obviously, on the ground, when they turn advanced. But I wonder what the talk is in the corner and in the gym and things like that with the concerns to, the novice division. Is it just about getting your wins in and moving on, or experience, or I don't know? What do you think?
Case by case. Definitely like right now, we have a couple people in the gym where, they train for novice rules. We don't want any mistakes. We don't want an accidental punch to the head and get penalized for it.
Sure.
So therefore, they are only training the novice rules.
Looks like we're winding down here, round number 3. Pretty much all 3 rounds have been very similar. I think that McGinley is going to win this probably via decision here. I don't think he has enough time for a submission attempt, but pretty much controlled. There's a couple nasty knees there. Pretty much controlled the whole fight up until the very end. I think a little bit too little, too late. I don't know if the judges give Roderick Cole any points for that push there at the end, he might have a chance of taking this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time that was in the hands of the judges. And the time is brought to you by the Integrated Fighting Academy. Judge number 1 scores the bout 30-27. Judge 2 scores the bout 30-27. And Judge 3 scores the bout 30-27. Your winner by a unanimous decision,